Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use the power of local large language model, for example, Qwen 3.6 model, to run the entire automation test for you with the TestSprite MCP server. So we are going to be harnessing the power of the TestSprite MCP server that you are seeing over here, like these MCP tests that we have done even earlier. But we are not going to use the cloud model to run these MCP server tests of TestSprite. Rather, we are going to be using the local large language model, which are going to be running with my LM Studio, as you are seeing over here. So I'm going to be using the LM Studio as the language model provider to run or host the local large language model to be connected with any coding agent, for example, the Visual Studio Code coding agent. And then we are going to be running the TestSprite MCP server from there. So this is going to be the flow. We are going to have a local large language model hosted in the LM Studio, and this is going to be connected with our Visual Studio Code. And within the Visual Studio Code, we are going to be configuring the TestSprite MCP server, and we are going to be running the test on the TestSprite MCP server. That is what is going to be the workflow. So we're going to see how we can achieve all of these without even you spending even a single penny on the costly cloud model which is happening these days, because you can't just use a $20 subscription to run these kind of tests right now, because you need to have more power with your local inferencing. And thanks to the local large language model, we can use all those potential, and I will show you how amazingly you can do all of these approach in this particular video. Well, as I said, you can see that this is my local large language model provider, which is the LM Studio, and I'm going to load a model which is going to be the Qwen 3.6 model, as you can see over here. And I'm going to be running the MTP model, or the multi-token prediction model, which is this one. And I'm going to give a context length over here. And I'm going to leave all of these as it is, and I'm going to be running the test over here. The only thing over here is that my machine, I'm using the Apple M5 Max machine with 128 gig of the RAM. But to run this particular model, you don't really have to need like a 128 gig of RAM. You can also use a 32 gig RAM machine to run the same exact thing that I'm showing you over there. So that is what is the only thing. So you see that now I have got this particular local model running in the LM Studio. I'm going to be configuring this LM Studio with my Visual Studio Code. So if I'm going to go to the Visual Studio Code over here, this is the application that I'm going to be running the front end and back end. I'll be testing it with TestSprite, and you can see that I have configured the model as the Qwen 3.6 35 billion parameter model. And the way I have configured this particular model over here is that if I'm going to go and click the settings over here, you see that I have got the LM Studio and the Qwen 3.6 35 billion model. If I'm going to go and select this gear symbol, and if I open this in language model studio, you can see that I have got the LM Studio. I have configured the model, which is the Qwen 3.6 35 billion model, which is the same exact model that you are seeing over here in the LM Studio. And I have given the name, and this is the URL of the endpoint which I can access the LM Studio. It's like 1234 something like that, right? This is the URL. That's all. And once I have got this, now I can make all the communication with this particular large language model from over here. If I'm going to say hi, you can see that the model is going to start working over here. See that the LM Studio is starting to respond, which is going to be over here. And you see how amazingly it's going to process that particular request, and then it's going to give you the response. So it's going to do some tool selection, and it's going to start responding to you over here. It's going to take a bit of a time, because for the very first time you're running this particular model evaluated over here within your machine. That's the reason why it's taking, like, the first time it's going to take some time. But believe me, this entire operation that we are going to be doing over here, you are not going to be sweating so much. I will tell you how amazingly you can use the power of the local large language model with the TestSprite MCP server. So I have already configured the TestSprite MCP server as well. So if you want to do Option Shift P or Command Shift P, if you're using in Windows, and if you're going to go to the MCP list, you can see that I have got the TestSprite MCP server configured, which is going to be this one, as you can see. And I have got the API key configured for the TestSprite MCP server as well. And if you don't know your TestSprite MCP server API key, you can go to the TestSprite over here. You see that this is the API key that I'm using over here, the same thing that I copy pasted from here, and I have got connected it over here. Let me start this particular server. You don't even have to start it. It will be started automatically. But all you have to do is just go and click this particular tool symbol here, choose all the built-in tools that you need. but you don't need the web fetch information. Maybe you can just disable it. Less number of tools that you use, the better it will be for your local large language model while it's going to be doing things for you. So I'm going to go and probably remove those operation, and you can remove the provider tools for the PyLas. We don't even need this. I only need the TestSprite MCP server this time. See, this is the tool that I'm going to be choosing, or the MCP server that I'm going to be choosing. It has got these many tools to perform the operation. Amazing. I have done that, and now I'm going to ask the TestSprite MCP server to start testing it for me. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to say test the application front end with TestSprite MCP server. And now you can see that the model that I'm using is the local large language model. I'm not using any cloud model this time, and I'm going to be running it over here. And now the magic begins. From here on, you will notice that the local large language model is going to kick in. So if I'm going to go and show you the LLM Studio here, you see that it is starting to work for you behind the scene. It's doing the reasoning. So whatever that you are seeing over here is going to be directly happening on the local model over here for you. Look at that. Do you see I can put this side by side, and it is starting to perform the operation. So yeah, look at that. It's all running entirely within my local machine. And the moment that execution has begun, you see that the TestSprite MCP server bootstrap is going to be spawned up for us over here. And if I'm going to say allow in this particular session, it's going to open the TestSprite configuration where you can configure your front end and the back end details. The only test we are going to be doing is the front end. So it's going to be asking me for the username and passwords, which is going to be admin, and password is password over here. And the port number is correct, 5173. This is the path, which is all perfect. And I need to choose the product specification document. So I'm going to go and choose that product specification document as well, which is going to be here. So I'm going to go and choose that. And I'm going to hit continue. The moment I'm going to hit continue over here, this window is going to be closed. And you see that the rest of the MCP server tools are going to be invoked subsequently to perform this operation. So you see that now everything's going to happen. But if you think that you don't really want to keep on being nagged by these questions which are going to be asked for you over here, like do you want to run the front end of the application, or do you want to run the back end of the application? See like how it is asking me this question. And even the TestSprite MCP server is going to be invoked again to invoke the generate code summary tools. Look at that, this one, which is going to eventually generate a code summary for you. Probably in the front end, I believe. You see that this TestSprite test, the code summary file is generated. These are just happening right now with your local large language model over here, and everything is running. And now it's also calling the TestSprite generate standardized production or PRD document, which is nothing but the product requirement document. So it's going to do that one as well. So it's keep on nagging you to asking all these questions. You can just select this default approval to autopilot preview, enable it. And now you can just take your hands off, because now from here on, you're not going to be asked for any prompts. Everything is going to be taken care by the Visual Studio coding agent, the Copilot coding agent with our local large language model, and everything is going to be running for us. So I'm just going to leave from here on, and we'll see what is going to happen. You can see that both the front end and the back end of the application is currently running. So it is now important for the TestSprite MCP server to have all of these front end and back end running, which is there already. So now it is going to start doing the testing operation. Look at that, which is amazing. And everything is happening in our local machine this time without using any cloud model, which is quite awesome. So as you can see, the test has already begun for us over here, and now it is in progress, and we'll see what Visual Studio is saying to us right now. You can see that the Visual Studio is using local large language model. It is actually starting the TestSprite MCP server for us, which is amazing. And it is also doing a lot of test execution. So let's just wait and see what's really going to happen, because this is going to take a bit of a time as well while this is happening. You just have to wait. and the execution are in progress. So you can go and click the dashboard over here. So this is introduced in TestSprite 3.0 just right now, the latest version, and you can see how amazingly you're gonna get the result, and you're gonna get the same exact result in the MCP test as well over here once the test execution begins. So you can see that the first test has got passed for us over here, and if I'm gonna go and open the first test, you can see that the first test has come through, and we can see all the steps of the test execution, which is amazing. And if I'm gonna probably see each and every step, look at that. You can also choose the selector. You can also edit the selector if you want to use it. So you can do all sort of changes right now. And you see that how it's coming through. And if I'm gonna go to the next step, so you can see that all the steps are also being shown for us, like how this test is verified for us after logging into the application, which is amazing. And now if I'm gonna go back to the dashboard over here, you can see that the dashboard is also showing us the test, if I'm not wrong, over here. Just gonna go back to the MCP test. Look at that, the front end test is running, and it's gonna show the same exact result that we are seeing in our interactive dashboard running entirely offline. So that is also coming through. So this proves the point that we can use TestSprite MCP Server using the local large language model. We can run the entire test without relying on the costly cloud model. So you don't even have to have a subscription of the GitHub Copilot with a subscription of $20 or something like that. All you have to have is a subscription with the TestSprite. Even the free version you can use to run for like 150 minutes or 150 credits. You can use it, and then you can run the test, and you don't even have to buy a separate subscription for the cloud model with a coding agent. You can just use everything offline with the power of local large language model. And hope that makes sense, and hope that helps you understand how amazingly you can use the power of local large language model to run the test. And you see that how amazing they are all passing as if like they're running with the power of the cloud model. And I hope this is all making sense for you, and hope this is also helpful for you to make you understand. And just before we close this particular video, I also want to cover you that TestSprite team has introduced a new TestSprite CLI to work on the TestSprite MCP Server test or test itself directly. If you really want to learn more about it, just let me know the details in the comments below. I'll also be creating a separate video about it. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. Catch you in the next one.